I'm just happy to be here.
Okay, fair
That's
enough.
all I gotta
So
say.
am I. You know what, actually, I think this one is going to be one of the better matches of the day. I think it's two teams that are more evenly matched than maybe a lot of people might think, especially now with NRG looking significantly improved here in the Fall Cup. We'll see if Garrett G can keep that mojo going here for the former general.
Yeah, the big question is going to be, you know, obviously NRG had a pretty good day yesterday, and people will talk about just the strength of schedule in those particular matchups, especially for both teams. But I do think it does come down to how you show up on game day here, as we could see a completely different result. The desk is split, and I'm sure a lot of fans are as well. But this game has already started off in favor of NRG, about 3 shots in the first minute.
Garrett G taken out from behind by AJ, so Reynolds will try and dish that off to him. There's going to be no time for any kind of reprieve for either side here. Magic Bear trying to chase down Justin. Justin avoided him, got a shot away just a little bit wide, and Magic Bear runs into Squishy on his way towards midfield. Going to be very physical. It's going to be fast-paced. Exactly what we expect from two teams full of established veterans. Garrett G from the ceiling, and AJ right there as he brought it to ground. Yeah, the NRG squad, all eyes on them, of course, after replacing their coach Stiz with Epic Johnny, and a lot of question marks there, but it did seem like it was a much different style of play for NRG, and the passing seemed a lot more on point, whereas before everything looked a little more disjointed, and they didn't really seem to have a lot of purpose behind a lot of their plays.
Yeah, it does seem like the NRG play style is definitely cleaned up. The way they've been able to approach the game has been much more cleaner. They haven't necessarily stuck to one style. It feels like they've become much more adaptable to their competition. But don't count out this Optic squad yet as Reynolds puts a shot on. They're also looking to prove themselves as a roster as well. Again, a top 4 finish would be great for them here.
Now all these teams right in the mix, trying to get into that top 5, and as mentioned on the desk, they all have the benefit of G2 being idle, as Magic Bear does it himself with the way cleared in front.
Yeah, you said it, the way cleared in front. Magic Bear has this lined up, only has to get past one defender so quick to the ball, and Optic strike first.
Magic Bear is the guy that people have been kind of waiting for on this Optic squad. Can he get going? He's the guy that Reynolds and AJ said, no, he's the truth. He's the guy we're going to bring in and elevate us. And boy, has he been now. Reynolds will add a second one here, and Optic has all the momentum in game 1.
Yeah, you see Justin going up for a 50 here. AJ plays it perfectly. It goes straight down to Reynolds in perfect positioning, top right slot. As Optic now 2-goal lead as we reach the halfway point. Back-to-back strikes.
And another one headed netward, but Garrett G quickly recovers. That'll make Johnny Boy happy that they didn't give up a kickoff goal. And as AJ goes all the way across, and Squishy will track this. And just ahead of Magic Bear, he couldn't get the touch he wanted. Justin with Garrett G in front. Gonna call his own number, and AJ swats that away, forcing Garrett into action beyond midfield.
Already Optic, you can tell they definitely have their game plan and they're sticking to it. They've been able to move the ball around really well, looking for each other in space, but also playing that demo game out. A lot of faith in the team on the offensive press, and it's been very successful. NRG seems to be a little stuck into their own half, and when they are back, that Optic pressure has broken down the defense. They've got less than 2 minutes if they want to get back into this game.
Saw NRG finish a few games yesterday with a flourish on their way into this top 8. Squishy looking for Justin, but instead finding AJ. Garrett G coming up to join the play. 4 cars all jammed up in the corner. And Squishy's coming to get him some as well, but Magic Bear holds the line. And AJ knocks Squishy out of the play, so Reynolds can play that off. We'll see who jumps in now for NRG. Garrett's kind of circling around at midfield. He'll jump in now with Squishy waiting for the pass. Comes hard off the back wall. Squishy, one more touch needed to center, and Reynolds makes sure it doesn't get there.
Justin still keeping this ball in play. Reynolds in a tough spot. Garrett lining up the double. Will he be able to find it? Garrett gets the defense out, and Justin will clearing it up. NRG brings this game within 1.
With just over a minute to go. Triple from Garrett G. Justin there to finish the job. You can play above the backboard or above the crossbar so effectively like that. You'll freeze a lot of teams. NRG right back in it. Squishy with Garrett falling in behind him. Justin waiting to see what AJ does. Justin can stay with this. This could be dangerous. And Magic Bear there for the save, his third, with 45 seconds remaining in the opener.
Optic definitely tightening down on the defensive end. Check the shots, and oh my goodness, they have 10. NRG has definitely turned up the heat late here in this game. Final 30 seconds, they're looking for a way in. They've got the possession here, Stacks. They just need one drive to work out for them.
Garrett and AJ nearly got tangled up on the backboard. It's going to be Reynolds that takes charge. AJ had the boost spawning behind him, so Justin can steal it, but he's going to have to use a lot of it to get back in a hurry as Garrett G stops Reynolds. AJ trying to kill more time. They'd love to add one more just to put this game out of reach. Reynolds and Magic Bear kind of crisscross. That's not good for Optic. Down to 5 seconds. Windows open now for NRG. Squishy there after the pass from Garrett, but not on target. And now NRG's got to scramble to keep this in the air, and Magic Bear would just bring it to ground. All business as Optic hang on for game one.
Hang on is the right word in there to describe that, because Optic, I mean, such a great start from them, but you can even look at the numbers here. The shots, especially shots and saves, really positioning in the favor of NRG. Again, talking about just how, you know, they were always being able to get on that offensive front, and does kind of go to show again how they've been kind of changing up their type of flow in their play style. But I mean, you got goals like that from Magic Bear. You have that Optic surge that comes out, and you know, when they have to play defense, of course the green wall is going to stand tall.
So Optic gets the early momentum here. Those 2 quick goals that they scored right around the middle of game one, they hold up. And NRG starts off 0-1 here in the top 8. NRG trailing behind just a little bit behind Optic in the standings, but when you look at these two teams, Daz, again, it didn't look like there was a whole lot separating them. I think it really just came down to just kind of a breakdown in that 30 to 45 second span where Optic got their 2 goals.
Yeah, I would say like that's the real big part here. I mean, you talk about just Optic gaming, so much mechanical prowess that's get put on this team. Everybody with great knowledge and game sense. And even if they get those solo play opportunities, they're also looking for any chance to just disrupt NRG in order to get them the best scoring opportunity possible. And of course, on that defensive end, they held up. So the question is now on NRG as we load up Aquadome. Are they able to make some adaptations to get back into this series? It's been a close game one. Let's see how game 2 starts off.
A couple neutral challenges on the opening kickoff here on Aquadome. It does end up with Optic. Reynolds against Garrett G. That goes right to Justin. Garrett downfield. Not going to try to do too much here. Just steal some boost and back out as AJ makes the save right around his crossbar. And Justin couldn't corral this ball. Reynolds is way downfield. And this is something that has kind of been a theme as well for Optic. Reynolds way ahead of the play. Garrett has been as well so far in this series as Justin gonna try and pirouette through the air, and that's right there for Magic Bear to challenge. You wonder if the positioning changes at all, especially for Optic with Magic Bear getting more involved in the play. Reynolds again, first man forward again, and this time Magic Bear denied by Garrett.
So far, Optic not really, they're trying to match that pace that comes out from NRG here. And the opener is that shot off the bar. Justin follow up, and it's in. And NRG will able to get one off a quick attack play.
It's Justin cleaning up Garrett's rebound again. This one off the crossbar. Justin perfectly slots around Reynolds, and Magic Bear, and NRG has its first lead here in the top 8. Just over a minute gone by. And Reynolds given all day to play this one from the kickoff, but Garrett G quickly on him. Out of the corner, it's Magic Bear.
Oh.
Knocked away by Garrett G, so AJ and Reynolds have to scramble. They can get on the same page with Reynolds, just getting that back to AJ, but that could be kind of a red flag, I think, for Optic. We've seen a couple double commits in the first game and a half of this series, Daz, and if that continues, NRG, the way they're playing now, could be liable to pick them apart.
You know, you saw that last play from Optic. Again, it's like a more of an all-in play. If Magic Bear's bumped and there's no demo on that back line, I mean, it's open the other way. And for Optic, again, the high-risk plays, especially when you have like 3 minutes left on the clock, you do start to get a little bit worried about that. They were successful, though, in game one, so they're trying to replicate that same success. But you can tell things have kind of shifted in the way NRG have been moving around on the ball. They've been playing a lot safer, but they've also been looking out for each other.
Squishy tried to drop one down to Garrett G. Again, the passing on point much more frequently from NRG. Squishy now with Garrett circling around in the back. Justin hard off the corner. It's Squishy again, met by Magic Bear. No rebound this time as Reynolds will pop it away, but not really towards a teammate, not really to space either. Just kind of gave that ball right back. Couldn't keep possession, and Justin got around one, but Reynolds right there with his teammates way back.
Ooh, the Squishy with that high ball. Magic Bear, complete whiff on that play. Didn't have a read at all. Squishy will get another 50 out, and Optic will just try to recover here. AJ clears it out in the midfield for some space there in the meantime, but looking a little shaky on that defensive end there for Optic. Reynolds able to get that demo on the back end, but Garrett G is still there to make a play on the ball, and NRG maintain the lead when we have 2 minutes left in regulation.
Magic Bear had a look, but it's Reynolds up to the backboard. Fending off Justin. Squishy and Garrett both back. It's Squishy, the initial challenge that comes through for NRG. Justin's shot had to be dealt with by AJ. Armlessly out to the corner, but still the 1-0 lead for NRG after they've put up 6 shots to only 1 out of Optic. Here's Garrett looking for a 7th, but this time Reynolds doesn't let that even become a shot. Justin and Squishy both up. It's Justin who takes over, looking for another, but this one just off the mark.
Justin getting those flip resets in. Justin yesterday had a very slow start, but a surge towards the end of the Swiss stage. But now you can see that he's definitely trying to get back into that offensive end. And he's making it look very shaky on the Optic side as well. Just being able to get in front, causing havoc. He's looking for a bump on AJ, does get the bump there. Chance here, Squishy plays the ball high. Magic Bear, though, has a good read. But Optic feel trapped in their own box stacks. It feels like they can't break out.
That possession feels like it's at easily 80-20 in favor of NRG. Surprising that it's still only a 1-0 scoreline. AJ trying to take this out of the corner. Garrett got the demo on Magic Bear, but that stopped his momentum, and that kind of gave Optic a window to escape the zone. Magic Bear back in the play. His flick is well high. Squishy leaves that for Garrett. Looked a little more dangerous than it was in reality, and AJ nowhere near the mark as that one's high, but the demolition coming through on Justin, and finally Garrett can bomb this away and force Magic Bear to make a save. 10 seconds remain now as NRG nurses a 1-goal lead. A 1-goal victory for Optic in the opener. Can NRG tie this series, or does Optic have some last-second heroics? Reynolds pop it up, Justin's there. They're at his mercy, and Magic Bear couldn't keep it in the air. NRG ties the series.
2 1-goal games so far in the series. This one, though, only a single goal scored out of the 7 shots NRG took. But the big point here is Optic Gaming only getting a single shot out. Of course, everyone's going to take a big look at Magic Bear's points as well, because, again, it just felt like, again, that midfield and defense was primarily the gameplay Optic was playing. It just felt like NRG had set the tone early, and Optic was just trying to match that and look for opportunities around it, but the opportunities just weren't coming. NRG was quick to get onto the ball and deny them before they became too dangerous.
Yeah, everybody can look at Magic Bear, and then they also see Squishy out there also with a pack of donuts there, only 96 game score as well. Look, there just wasn't much to be done with how Justin was everywhere for NRG. That game, I think you kind of chalk it up to a bit of an outlier. Let's put it that way. As we get ready for Game 3 on DFH Stadium, both teams tied at a game apiece. Exactly what we expected kind of going into this series with Optic and NRG. All the history between all of these players. They've seen each other time and time and time again. But I think the magnifying glass does kind of shine down on Magic Bear, because that's the guy everybody's going to be looking at. They're still going to be looking at him all throughout this fall split. Is he the right guy? Was he the right choice for Optic? Big game here would certainly appease the masses of the green wall. And he's taking over here on the kickoff right at Garrett G. Reynolds up to meet Justin, and Squishy should have this one off the side.
Beautiful shot there, Magic Bears. We got things kicked off. Justin, though, quick shot there. And NRG, I was going to say they're going to get that pressure early, but a big whiff from Squishy, and Optic will take possession here of this ball. AJ trying to slow down Garrett G, but Garrett G pushes right through him. Magic Bear last back here, has to buy some time. Garrett looking for a bump on him, but also is going to get that ball away from Reynolds. Doesn't want Optic to have too much of control here at all, but here he goes. We're picking up where we left off. Optic stuck in the back end.
AJ downfield, netward, and met by Garrett G. Loose ball for Justin with Squishy running forward after one demo, looking for another. And Justin
he got a piece of that.
Put one on target, but boy, he's still involved in the play. Again, he's just everywhere right now for NRG. It just feels like one of those days, Daz, where Justin wants it more.
You can see it. I mean, again, being very proactive around the play. And it has shown. But there's still a lot of game left, and this game is still tied up. We haven't seen too much going on when Optic are in that orange half. And I'm sure even the frustration starts to settle in on them as well. But they have to remain consistent here in this particular matchup. They let go. You see Garrett able to jump on that ball so quickly. NRG are looking for that mistake from Optic Gaming.
Oh, Reynolds, huge demolition to take out Squishy. That might set NRG back defensively a little bit. He's back in the play, though. This will ricochet around, and Justin might have been trying to outlet Squishy, but he had to take that himself, and AJ with a clean win over Garrett. Only Squishy to beat, and Squishy sure-handed at the back, as he usually is. This kicks back out as Squishy got it away from Reynolds. Quick reflexes there as the ball kind of accidentally found him. And this will fall right to Magic Bear. Chance for him to create here. Reynolds waiting in behind for a rebound. None coming as Justin clears it away.
And you see Magic Bear, you know, he gets that flip reset, but still he has so much space that, I mean, they've been playing that reactionary game. Even he doesn't know what to do with the ball sometimes when he grabs it. He's trying to get that to set up his teammates, but NRG are just sitting there. They let him have control. They let him use up all his boost, and they say, okay, it's our turn to take the ball. Good speed there from AJ to get the save, and Optic will try to move downfield. Space for Reynolds. He can use it well, but Justin able to get the save in the box.
AJ kind of used to having to make up for some defensive miscues as he had an offensive miscue there. Magic Bear couldn't bail him out. It's Squishy indirect for Garrett G. Captain America makes it 1-0.
And this is really good. Squishy has no boost, but still went downfield. Took that boost, used it at the right time to get it past Reynolds. AJ was in a tough spot, had to dodge the demo. It's a free left side of the net for Garrett G, and he's not going to miss that shot.
2 minutes remain. NRG strikes first again for the second game in a row. One was all they needed in game two. AJ met by Justin. Well defended. AJ going after Squishy as well. Magic Bear's effort sent away by Garrett G. Everybody recovers now and resets for NRG. Magic Bear won't get to this as Justin had one last touch to send it all the way back to Reynolds. And Reynolds inviting Squishy in. Careful what you wish for. He's deleted off the field. Then right back in to challenge Justin, and that little nudge good enough to stop NRG for now.
AJ trying to get past Garrett. Garrett with a solid read of the ball, gets demoed. Squishy won't be able to put a shot on. Justin gets a free look, and he scores! NRG back-to-back goals.
All the physical play, and they forgot one guy. That guy. 2-0 as he scores his third of the series.
A minute 20. And Justin himself has 6 shots this game.
Wants it more.
My goodness, what a performance. But this
AJ,
one, Magic
what a
Bear.
setup!
Oh!
Look at this setup from AJ. Getting Magic Bear on the board. One last touch. Oh!
That pop from AJ is incredible. And it's the thing that throws Justin off. And good on Magic Bear to be there in time. Optic still have a fight here in this game, but they got to race against the clock. A minute 10 to go. Can they surge late? AJ trying to do it. AJ scores! Optic tie it up!
All of a sudden, the game turned on its head. Just like that. Reynolds making sure Justin's not there. Squishy couldn't recover in time. AJ's got his first goal of the series. and we're right back to square one in game 3.
You can see it there towards the end when the ball's going to the net. AJ had that lined up, went for the bump on Squishy as well. He just had every possible option NRG could think of covered, all in that fantastic play. What an effort from AJ late here, as Optic now have equalized, and this game just got a whole lot faster here in the final minute.
Feels like the 4th of July out there. Explosions all over the place.
Whoa.
And finally, AJ will try and settle things down. Bring one into the corner. Squishy's got that with just over 30 to go. Brand new game here. Magic Bear indirect in front, but Justin's right there. Nobody diving in for Optic, and that's kind of been the theme as well. You know, Magic Bear, that was kind of a rare point of aggression when he scored that goal, because Optic have been very pensive, and Squishy will score here after the backflip from Magic Bear. Just not able to fend off the entirety of NRG there.
Yeah, backflip for Magic Bear. Also only had 36 boost. Was stuck in no man's land. And man, that has to hurt.
Down to 15 seconds. Quickly ahead towards AJ. Optic trying to feed the hot hand. AJ jumps in. Reynolds was there as well. Not the best pass. 5 seconds left. That goes off to the corner. Last call now for Optic here in game 3. Reynolds running forward. Nudges Squishy out of the way. AJ, can he keep it in the air? He can. And that touches the corner. Magic Bear got to create here. And Justin swats it away. NRG take the lead in the series.
They do. And it's only because of that late mistake that you saw from Magic Bear. Besides that, I mean, Optic was poised, Stacks, to take that game. They had everything going for them. Again, especially you keep that eye locked in on AJ, because he was the biggest facilitator that entire game. 4 shots, 4 saves, the only assist, and of course, he got, again, the tying goal. What a surge there, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. They were playing much more faster, but of course, after that, again, like I said, I worry for Optic because of that goal that they let in, and this makes sense, taking a timeout right here.
Yeah, we see the philosophy differ from a lot of teams. You take the timeout at match point. Do you take it after loss number 2? I like the timeout after the second loss just to reset here. Try and stop the momentum before it gets too crazy, too out of hand. And they've got to find a way to slow down Justin, because I don't think they're going to stop him. Not the way he's playing right now, but they've got to find a way to at least match his energy, because he has been phenomenal in this series.
Yeah, definitely. So Justin, again, just putting on.
He's a literal star. Of course he's popping off.
Okay. All right, dude. All right. But this is still such a good look, though. Of course, for if you're an NRG fan, you're seeing Justin pop off, seeing him put on a lot of shot totals. Again, them breaking apart the Optic gaming defense has worked out well. But again, looking at the other side of things, it's not even just the fact that they let that game go, Stacks. It's how they let that game go. It's, again, that backflip for Magic Bear. You want to keep him locked in. You want to keep the rest of the team composed as well. That was a game they surged late. They had the momentum. Everybody's feeling good. They think it's winnable. And then that particular mistake happens. And that's really just one thing where you just have to sit there and just sit there and talk everything out. Take that extra minute to kind of reset. I think well, okay, you probably don't do that game 1, but for almost any other time of the series, like this kind of call makes sense here.
Yeah, and it's unfair too to put all of that on Magic Bear. It's a victim of circumstance, right? Because he had, by all accounts, a great game 3. Unfortunately, he had that one moment at the end that kind of washes away all of his offensive contributions. So now we go to game 4, Utopia, following the timeout. We'll see if Optic can turn things around. It'll be AJ against Squishy to kick things off here. And I think the big key now for Magic Bear in particular, mental reset. Cannot try to go and do too much. I think that's been kind of the Achilles heel of Optic as well, individually. Trying to do too much, trying to make up for way too much. Got to be better than the sum of your parts here in the RLCS. As Squishy will just let the offense go by, but there's Reynolds at midfield. AJ nudging Squishy from behind, but there's no more pressure there. AJ shot sent away by Garrett. Magic Bear to keep that alive. And Justin, almost hit Squishy, but then almost found Reynolds as well. Optic a little more aggressive to start game 4.
Definitely so. They're coming out. But one of the things I noticed here is, again, that aerial threat isn't too present here from Optic besides AJ. Sure, everyone can get the ball upfield. Everyone knows how to get into the air. But the fact of AJ's mechanical display has just been something that the team has almost kind of relied on in a lot of their presses. They have everyone. You talk about being greater than some of the parts. It's this full team effort here. I think once we see, again, Magic Bear and Reynolds really come alive here. Reynolds has been doing good on the shooting department, as well as just being able to interrupt the pace of flow for NRG. But if everybody's on and they're locked in, you can start seeing more successful offensive drives come out for Optic.
NRG will turn this back from the corner. Reynolds over Justin. Magic Bear there as well. I don't know what in the world happened there, but NRG looking to capitalize, and AJ will pop that away. Squishy couldn't get that ball down where he wanted. And Optic very lucky not to be down a goal early here in game 4.
Good idea from Reynolds. Takes that off the ceiling, tries to go for the musty, but it's just matched there before he can have any time in the air. There's Justin, flip reset, Garrett G as a speed test against Reynolds, and Reynolds has a good 50 on that as well. Looks for the demo on Squishy. Squishy, though, take it to the skies. Won't be able to find an extra touch here. And NRG pushes back into that orange half. Justin trying to wrap around that, and Reynolds does not let him get a piece of that ball at all.
AJ will sky one up with Magic Bear starting to press forward, but Reynolds is already way forward, and again, maybe too far forward and too often. I think has been the biggest weakness for Optic. Garrett launches one to the backboard. AJ's got it cleanly away. There is Reynolds on the outlet, trying to play table center this time, and Justin makes sure there's no second touch.
Yeah, very solid from Justin, too. That's such like a risky touch to go for, especially last back, but Justin has the read. Now he has a chance for a shot, but the shot's off target, and NRG will end up back passing. Will Justin try again? He's got the ball here, but does he have the boost? Only 23 as he's trying to set this up for Squishy. Squishy won't be able to make contact. Reynolds has to fight for control of this ball to just kind of get this out of the end. And Optic may start an offensive drive, but it gets denied quickly.
Reynolds trying to set up Magic Bear unsuccessfully. Now it's AJ taking charge right at Justin. Reynolds coming in hoping Justin makes a misplay. And you might as well be waiting for a cold day and you know where. Here's Reynolds up to Magic Bear. Couldn't get the redirect down. And Garrett all the way out to AJ with Squishy waiting for that ball to drop. Good takeover by Magic Bear. Now Reynolds. He's one in front. He's got one demo, but again, nobody able to dive in with NRG all assembled on the back line. Now AJ will try. Flip reset, solo effort. Garrett makes the initial stop. There's Magic Bear and Optic in the lead.
Yeah, this one, again, AJ with 100 boosted space in the midfield. You can almost expect Optic to score at this point. He plays it low, though. Everybody from NRG was expecting AJ to try to do it all himself. He relies on Magic Bear, sets him up, and Magic Bear knocks it in.
3 out of the 5 goals in this series for Optic have come from Magic Bear. He has arrived here in the Fall Cup. AJ, double tap, bang, bang!
AJ again for Optic. This time, he can do it all himself. Pass one, Squishy gets caught up on the bar, and AJ says, well, you know what he says. Hand down, man down.
1:17 remains. And 2 quick goals out of Optic. We've seen both teams have games exactly like this, where they score a couple in a row and force the other side into a bit of a scramble. See if NRG answers back this time. Justin with Garrett by his side, but it's Squishy that has to chase this one down. He's got plenty of time to work with. Only AJ on the forecheck. It's Garrett, not quite fast enough to meet Magic Bear, and the clock dips down inside 50 seconds now as Optic tries to tie up the series.
And the way they're poised right now, Stacks, it looks likely. Garrett G does get that one. Squishy tries to get the follow-up, though, and AJ able to deny. Final 30 seconds in regulation. And Optic have slowed down NRG. You said it, you need to slow down Justin. He only has 1 shot this game out of the 3 NRG have. And they have to go back to the drawing board at this point because Optic are running all over them in this game.
More time wasted by Optic as we dip down to 10 seconds. Opportunity for Garrett if he can get up there in time, but he can't. And Squishy unable to clear the runway either. The final seconds will tick away, and Optic did exactly what they needed to do. Come out of the timeout, slow down Justin, stop NRG in their tracks. We got a brand new series here, best of 3 in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted to see. And again, looking at Optic as a whole, everybody getting involved here on the plays. It just felt like, even for NRG, when they got those clears, that was so short-lived. They spent most of their time that game on the defensive end, and it just did not work out for them at all. Not being able to pressure Optic, and again, letting that man, AJ, roam free is always going to be a recipe for disaster. He's done it time and time again. And the timeout, like you said, proved to work well. This one, this is going to be quite the series here, Stacks.
Of course it is. Nothing separates Optic and NRG except a few points in the standings. That's all. NRG trying to close that gap, trying to climb their way in towards the top 5. Again, G2 idle after missing the top 8, so it's an opportunity for a lot of teams to make up a lot of ground here. That's a topic for another time. We go now to Wasteland. Game 5 to break a 2-all tie here in our first best of 7 of the day.
This Optic is playing as if someone lit a fire under him. And how long can that fire continue to burn? And for NRG, with a strong start for them, can they reclaim control of this series? Big time game 5 here as Garrett G starts us off with the first shot of the game.
AJ up ahead, deflected, and Magic Bear is right there. Magic Bear a lot more involved in the offense now, but again, all eyes have to be on AJ for NRG to try and slow him down. AJ's there again. Does NRG have an answer? Yes, Squishy took him out, and Justin makes the initial save. That ball goes well past Magic Bear. And AJ and Reddles have another unfortunate accident, and Justin scores.
Oh, the midfield bump here between AJ and Reynolds. You can even see it right there. Justin has a clear lane, no traffic to stop him, and he'll score that one. That was just a big mistake there from Optic Gaming.
I think some people have, and maybe rightly so, question, is there enough ball on the field to go around between Reynolds and AJ? And that time, they both got caught. Same place, same time. Here's AJ looking for more. As Reynolds trying to interfere with Garrett. Couldn't do enough in the net. Now Squishy to take over. Garrett G will back out and let Squishy do what Squishy does. Pressure, pester Optic. Garrett will dance around Magic Bear. Got an opportunity here, denied by AJ. And does Justin have this read? He sure does. Well, he almost did.
Yeah.
It looked for a moment like he had that all sized up. It was like, yeah, well, you know, it's Justin. It's what he does.
Very ambitious touch from Justin, that's for sure. Maybe a chance here. The quick play. Oh, he got a piece of it, but it was too high. Now Reynolds looking the other way. Squishy denies it, though. Gets there quickly before Reynolds can put the shot on. A quick counter chance here for Optic, but NRG gets back in time to deny.
That was a clever setup by AJ, dropping one down to Magic Bear, but now it's Justin. Play away from AJ. Kind of a wise move, rather on either end of the field. Get the ball away from AJ as often as you can. Reddles playing one forward. AJ there to challenge, and Garrett G made it look easy. Here goes Justin. Speaking of who you have to stop if you're Optic. They do this time with Magic Bear denying him. And can Magic Bear get a piece of Garrett G? He's chasing him to the back wall. He can't do anything with that once the ball gets there as Garrett G repels that away.
Yeah, I mean, for NRG, a lot of their earlier, style, they would just come in and, you would see those quick challenges from them. They'd be so quick to the ball, but Optic now going on that more demo-focused approach has made it so much tougher for NRG to be able to do that. That's not the best touch. AJ, that's a high ball. Garrett gets a piece of it. Magic Bear's read is off, and Optic have to retreat.
Reynolds has to bring this all the way back and take that corner boost with AJ working from the back line as well. He's got midfield, though. AJ looking to center, and Garrett G make sure it doesn't get there. And Magic Bear can't do a whole lot with this. He can keep possession, though. Still just under 2 minutes remaining. It's going to be an eternity for NRG to hold this lead. You gotta feel like the way this game is going, one might not be enough. AJ off the corner, roller right at Squishy, unfazed by it, and here we go. Squishy muffins through the air, over one, and Reynolds with the save.
It's a double commit, though. AJ has to race there, looking for that infield pass to Reynolds. Reynolds puts the shot on, but Garrett G gets there in time. I think Garrett gets that boost, though.
Double demo.
Yeah, double demo on that play. And Magic Bear, even though he tried to take that ball, it will get sent back into the Optic end. They're trying to work on these counterattacks here, Stacks, but every time they think they've got it, NRG is always in the way.
Well, NRG making that very complicated for Optic at the back. Garrett G takes over. Optic going to be kind of kicking themselves. They had only one NRG player on the field for a brief moment and could not take advantage. AJ at Squishy and Justin. Garrett, last line of defense, makes the save, and he's around Magic Bear. Numbers potentially for NRG. Reynolds with the save right at the last possible moment.
What a stop there. Reynolds has to dodge the demo, and Garrett is lining up this 50 to go into the net. Reynolds really embodying the green wall there. Less than a minute, 30 seconds left here. NRG are trying to choke out Optic Gaming, and Optic are doing their best to break out of this hold. Big challenge here. AJ, though, gets the stop, but Optic, that momentum, that speed to move upfield is just not there. That's a big beat. Garrett with the shot, and it's past AJ. And NRG may have locked down this game 5.
Only 14 seconds, and yes, it could be the knockout blow here in game 5 to put that one out of reach. AJ, the last line of defense, did all he could. Now they've got to scramble with very little time remaining. Hey, even a second is enough time, as we learned during the Fall Open. Reynolds is not going to get to this. AJ out of the corner, had the angle, but Justin had it read as well. And that will do it for game 5. NRG, one win away from reaching the semifinals. What a turnaround it has been here in the fall split.
It has been. And this NRG team they just look different, Stacks. We've been watching them for the last, I'd say, 6 months. And there were so many conversations and questions. But this kind of gives the fans, I'd say, a fresh feeling, a familiar feeling of the NRG they used to know, so to speak. That being said, this series is not over by any stretch of the margin. It's close. NRG are a match point, but we're going to Neo Tokyo next, Stacks, and Optic Gaming is going to throw everything they got at them.
Absolutely, Neo Tokyo, where all the craziness happens here in North America. And you have to imagine Optic still has something up their sleeve, going to save their best for last with their back against the wall. No timeouts left. They already used that after game 3. They tied up the series with a 2-0 win in game 4. Now they've got to recover with just that minute. Neo Tokyo, brought to you by Bob's Ramen. Here we go. Can NRG move on to the semis, or will we have a date on Champions Field?
First chance there. Squishy trying to start things off hot here for NRG. Justin looking to get that back into the midfield, but Magic Bear there to slow things down. Optic, I mean, we saw what they looked like when we were in game 4. They know that what they need to do in order to shut down NRG. The question is, can they connect on some of those plays, some of those demos that they were looking for as well? It's been tough. NRG have been very adaptable. This game will tell all.
Oh, drop down here. Magic Bear is up to send this. Water falling down, but Justin's there. And then Reynolds and AJ, again, another double commit. As Reynolds has to scramble back. He didn't get the corner boost. He left that for AJ. At least they're on the same page in that aspect. But man, oh man. More often than not, we've seen Reynolds and AJ, same place, same time, going for the same ball. You just wonder how that can happen so often. Reynolds shot there denied by Justin, barely. And now Garrett over top of the defense, and Magic Bear's got to have something, and he does around Garrett G.
Almost a chance there for NRG. Again, you see that those beats in the midfield. Biggest thing to look out for, again, those midfield challenges, but as well as, I mean, seeing some of these players, how much boost they have when they're on the ball. Again, time and time again. We even saw it this game. AJ, when he had time, as this one, wait a second, gets through, Thought
Wow.
that could have been a scoring chance, but it will not be the case. A big whiff for Magic Bear, but he ends up getting it to Reynolds, and Reynolds puts that right in front of Justin's face, and NRG are back on defensive end.
Optic have looked completely out of sorts here defensively, but still have kept NRG off the scoreboard. Magic Bear with Reynolds ahead again, stealing boost. Magic Bear's shot is denied by Justin. Reynolds was trying to get in his way, and AJ will feather this out to the corner. Demolition on Garrett. That still leaves Squishy to play one in and buy Garrett time to get back in the play, which now he will be with Justin coming forward. Squishy's there as well, and it bounces right out for Garrett G, the captain, to take over. Justin denied by AJ, and Garrett's going to bring this back to Squishy.
Back to Squishy. Squishy plays it off to the sidewall. You know Garrett G has 100 boost here. Magic Bear, though, solid 50 chance. Reynolds was looking to jump on it, but this time it'll be AJ that gets that cutoff. And again, shot opportunities haven't been too often here for Optic. They're sitting with 5. Magic Bear was so close to the back of the net. But again, NRG has been there to block them off on their closest of drives.
Squishy met by Reynolds. Magic Bear couldn't slow down Justin, but AJ can. Squishy trying to launch it right back in so NRG doesn't lose any forward momentum. What can AJ do? Indirect towards Reynolds, and Squishy again there to intercept. And with how heavily Optic commits, one of those wins could be the difference as Reynolds credited with the save, stopping Garrett G. This game could be 2-1 at least right now, if not for heroic saves on the goal line by both sides.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has been incredible, but so has the offense. Teams picking each other apart, but no one breaking on that defensive end. It's been a tight game 6 so far. We're approaching clutch time. 1:20 left on the clock. Who's going to take this game?
If it's NRG, they've got a trip into the semifinals. Optic, Magic Bear, trying to do something. Can't get his 4th goal of the series. AJ, he can! His 3rd with 1:05 to go. AJ playing hero.
NRG see the threat, but there's just some players you just can't stop. And AJ gets past 2, right under the bar. Optic take the lead. 1:05 left here. They just gotta hold on.
Magic Bear in the vicinity of AJ. Set it up for Magic again, but no, Justin with the clear. And Squishy way downfield, and that's gonna force Optic to kind of keep that in the back of their minds. Reynolds got 1 demo. He'll back out. And it's AJ. Hard off the backboard, nobody diving in. You thought Optic was a little bit passive before. Now they're really going to be defensive, trying to milk the final 37 seconds off the clock. AJ, 1 save. Squishy feathering 1 in. Can he get this back on target? Set it up for Justin, and Magic Bear's there in his way. Inside 30 seconds now. NRG throwing the house at Optic. But OG, the green wall, standing tall as AJ pops it away.
Green wall forces through that desperate NRG play. And now NRG would have to go to length of the field unless Magic can end it here. Justin gets the save out. Squishy moving upfield, trying to see if he can get Garrett in the wing. Now it'll be Justin with 100 boosts and no time on the clock. Garrett goes up, does get a beat there. Ball too fast for him to read. Optic Gaming clear it, and we got a game 7 on our hands.
The team that has scored first has won every game. In this case, the only team to score, as we've got our 4th shutout of the series, both teams 2 apiece, 3 games overall, and yes, our first quarterfinal of the day. We finally get a Game 7 in North America.
What a series it's been. We've seen adaptations, change of play styles, solo efforts becoming so successful. And it comes down to this moment, which again, for both these teams, just making top 4 so big. You've seen how these fall splits have happened before, especially in the year prior, but now it feels like in North America, especially, the competition is so much tougher. And even now, you could not tell me which team has the edge going into this Game 7. We just gotta wait till we get on the field.
Every moment of every game has been critically important, whether the teams realize that or not. You go back and look at Furia ending up as the 8th seed initially in this very event, getting stuck with NRG in the first round because maybe a missed shot here or a missed opportunity there. Everything comes down to this now. The spotlight shines on Champions Field for Optic Gaming and NRG. Again, lots of heavyweights here, battling for 3 very, very valuable points. Game 7 is underway.
Who will be able to handle this high-pressure moment as the journey to Rotterdam continues? Both these teams trying to stake their claim, but it's one game at a time, one series at a time. And Optic Gaming have fought back, and they've deserved their right here. At least in this series, Champions Field is the stage, and we have been taken off.
It's Magic Bear to guide this out to the corner away from Justin, who's been relatively quiet since the Optic timeout. Here goes Justin, trying to get around AJ. Good luck. Squishy now taking charge. Magic Bear's all over that attempt. Now Garrett, rudely met by AJ. Magic Bear and Reynolds had to kind of separate there as Squishy dropped one down for Garrett G, and he pushed it well wide. Can he bring it back in front? He can. And that's, again, kind of the new look NRG, a little more advanced tactically on offense, doing a little bit extra rather than just blindly throwing it at the net and hoping something good happens like Magic Bear does here, and Garrett's got the save.
Yeah, you saw Optic on that drive. They just said, we're going to sit back, let NRG throw what they got at us, and then we're going to hit them with a hard counter. The one from Magic Bear kind of lacked a little bit of firepower, and NRG was able to get a good save out. But this one, it's so tense. Each person waiting for their moment. Will it be AJ? That's a shot on. Follow from Magic Bear. Blocked off. NRG. Wall on the defensive end. Garrett G already has 3 saves as we hit that 2-minute mark in Game 7.
Yeah, shots 5-0 in favor of Optic. And you know what? It's a pretty effective strategy. Reynolds off the corner. AJ's there, and so too is Garrett G. Had to guess, and he guessed right. But they're not out of the woods yet. Reynolds, leave it for Magic Bear. His shot denied by Justin.
What a save, though, from Garrett G. I don't know how he was able to guess where that ball was going to go, but he did. I thought that one was an Optic goal for sure. But we are still tied up here in Game 7 as both teams try to break the other's defense down.
Optic strategy has been made very clear throughout this series. Try and clear the runway in front and let Magic Bear and AJ work. AJ had that deflected away by Justin. Here's Reynolds forward again, trying to run interference, and he almost got Squishy. Magic Bear now denied by Garrett G, and Justin has that just out in front of AJ. Reynolds was looking for that corner boost. It's not there. Damn, the shot just high. Garrett double denied by AJ. Both sides having to work extra now to keep the opposition at bay. Reynolds redirects, stopped by Squishy.
Justin with that quick clear forces 2 up from Optic. Again, past middle, AJ has been there time and time to stop it. And even though it's only 1 save, that one falls right in front of the goal line. Make it 2. It does feel like both teams have had equal amounts of opportunities here. Justin will get that clear out. NRG, I say that, they got 8 saves here in this Game 7. Optic have been throwing everything at them.
Optic have turned it up to 11 here. Now with 90 seconds left. Reynolds running forward, but it's Garrett G bringing it back the other way. And AJ made a mess of that, but he cleaned it up.
Reynolds is
simulated danger, Daz, only for entertainment purposes.
So close, but again, as time ticks down, these drives get a lot more tense. We've got a minute to go in Game 7. Who is gonna get that goal to end the series?
Reynolds had it go by. Couldn't get back to that corner boost. Squishy took it and then took Reynolds off the field. Optic has kind of made a mess of this, but Magic Bear, cool-handed at the back. Got by Squishy, so Garrett G's got a catch. What can he do with this? Wave dash to get forward, but he couldn't take that midfield boost. Reynolds did. And what can he do with that? as Garrett continues to press forward. Magic Bear is downfield, and that will send NRG rushing back with Squishy finding Reynolds in his grill. But it's Magic Bear throwing one ahead. I mean, both teams have had a player forward well ahead of the play. So often, you're just waiting for one demo to open things up, and it would be enough to put a team into the semifinals. It could be NRG here. It's Justin with 8 seconds left from the heavens, and then he has to back out of the play. And it looks like we are headed for overtime unless Justin has something up his sleeve. He's got it down for Garrett, and Reynolds is going to keep this up. Okay, Optic, chance here? No, we go to overtime in Game 7, our first Game 7 of North America. Why not?
Game 7 overtime. Everybody's shifting in their seats, trying to get comfortable because you got to be locked in for this moment. Optic have to be smart about how they move upfield. NRG have been trying to match their pace. They haven't had the offense we've seen from them all series. It's been a lot slower here from them. But AJ gets shut down before he can create too much damage. Magic Bear last back, and Justin is going to sail that. Squishy leaves it for him to go get boost. This is beyond tension.
That one developing just a little too slowly for NRG, but now here comes Garrett G, and he bullies his way through. Garrett G has NRG in the semis.
Captain America strikes again! You see him get out of his chair! He forces that one through! And you said it, Stacks! NRG move on! It was a close series with Optic Gaming, but it comes down to that superstar play from Garrett.
All right, Daz, tell me how you really feel. Oh, my goodness. And yeah, what a reaction out of Garrett G. You think he doesn't want this? My gosh. He adds his 3rd goal of the series. None bigger than that one right there. The nail in the coffin that finally ends this series and puts NRG into the semifinals. And it's got to feel like a long journey has, I don't want to say reached its conclusion. Look, it's a long season and there's still so much ahead, but look at Garrett G. That has been a long, long time coming as NRG moves to the semis.
They didn't see the camera. I did the same thing. Yeah.
You did.
You're right.
Well, we've got 3 more quarterfinals to go. That's just the appetizer. More RLCS North America Fall Cup coming your way right after this.